everyone. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing John Richter, also known as Visco, and the owner of VR Productions. I'm going to find out the inside scoop of what's been happening since he graduated from Full Sail University. Hi, John. How are you today?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm great. As you can see, I'm at the beach.
Yes, you are.
So let's dive into some questions to see what you've been up to lately, okay?
Alrighty.
All right. What was your experience like at Full Sail University?
That's a lot, but in a nutshell, I graduated as a salutatorian, which is the second highest degree program, an advanced achievement award. There was a lot of classes that were very important: Pro Tools, Logic, theory aspects, and different aspects of the industry. But those are what I think the experience are, along with keep in touch with your advisor, which is huge, because his main job is, or her job is to get you jobs and placement on the industry, and along with talking and keeping a close relationship with your instructors. That's huge.
Oh, really? Do you feel that it's essential to keep in touch with advisors and teachers?
Yes. And the main reason why I say that is each instructor, depending on the field they're teaching, is in a different industry, part of the music or audio, and it's awesome to build these connections with them. That way you can always go back to them and say, hey, can I get feedback here? Or hey, I have this job position. Do you mind looking over this project before I send it in? And they are there to coach you for the rest of your life. So you really can't go wrong.
Oh, that's really awesome that they do that for you. So, how many jobs did you apply for since you've left Full Sail University?
I've applied to hundreds of jobs.
I believe it. It's a lot of work. You're finding a career.
Mhm.
So that brings me to this. How long did it take you until you found a career after graduation?
Honestly, I was lucky. It took about 2 months roughly. Landed the position, but yeah, it was just a lot of applying and following up, but eventually things panned out. So I'm couldn't be happy where I am.
Now that leads me to my next question then. What is your current job role?
I have a current job role of mixing assistant for Gorilla Zoe.
How did that happen?
That happened over a course of uh, timely manner of seeing all the different prospects we had to go off of, the way they interact with the group, vibed out, and just their overall work ethic. And it was surprising because just a few months ago, I started it, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, you're on officially," and I'm like, "Wow." So
Wow, that's amazing. Not a lot of people are lucky to have that kind of opportunity, especially that fast after graduation. That's once in a lifetime.
mhm.
So, what skills do you feel that you learned from Full Sail are the most beneficial for your current job role?
In my job role, it ranges from acoustically treating a room, building a studio from the ground up. Music theory is heavily used because a lot of the things that we're doing is composing music, and theory is literally one of the most important aspects with that. But on top of all that, audio engineering, mixing, mastering, learning the tricks of the trade, some things that they don't even release to the public at all. Just little tips and tricks, and knowing the DAW very well, Pro Tools certified, that is a must for my job in particular. And yeah, those are basically the skills I'd say needed. You're always learning and growing, but at the same time, those are essential, especially when it comes to this type of a job.
Wow, I feel like a lot of the tools that you learned from Full Sail University was very helpful for you so far. And my last question is, what words of advice would you give fellow people watching this interview and in general after graduation and through the process of going to school? Like, what advice would you give them?
If you want to go to school, I highly recommend it because you'll learn things that either aren't in the industry, aren't on YouTube, Google, or anything else. Like it's only specifically in that era of education. But for producers and engineers and artists out there, follow your heart, do what you want to do, and if it makes you happy, go for it. But there are certain jobs out there that do require you to have, a degree or whatever the case is, and others do not. But at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your journey. So pave it the way you want to pave it.
That's really, really great advice. And I just want to thank you so much for joining me today and answering all my questions. It's
You're
been
welcome.
great to catch up with you and see what you've been up to lately.
Thank you. Yeah, it's awesome. It really is. Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, that sounds good. Anything else on your end?
No. Actually, what about this?
Hmm.
How about anyone watching this video can comment below any of their questions, and if they haven't already been answered and Jonathan Richter can answer them, we'll do a second interview. What do you think of that? Would you be down for a second interview to answer other people's questions?
I'll tell you what. I like the idea of that, and if people do comment or reach out with questions, if it gets a specific amount of questions I can answer, then yes. But there's certain questions I cannot answer due to legal issues, and I'm not trying to get in trouble.
That's understandable. You're in a high profile job now, and I'm sure secrecy is there, and you can't spill the beans on quite a bit of details.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of high profile artists that we are working with, but at the same time, if there are questions that are that are answerable and that can be publicly announced, then I will have no issue doing so.
Oh, awesome. I really hope we can have a second interview.
Awesome. Well, we'll see how it goes. And if everything goes well, let's do it. I'm done. All right, man.
Bye.
Bye bye.